Hello, everybody. Welcome to a whole new wee show. I'm Tara Larkin, and my guest today is Linsey Sedwick. Linsey, welcome.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
So, tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. I've been a writer all my life. It's all I ever wanted to do. So I would have started out as a journalist for about 13 years for all the national newspapers and in Australia and England and a bit. Writing plays on the side because what I wanted to do was write creatively, but my mother sort of steered me towards journalism as the way you could actually write and actually make a living from it. Which no, when I grew up, the idea of being a writer was just impossible. It wasn't. So in around 1993, my sister died, and as a result of that, I started reassessing everything. And I think I was burning out with the journalism because I did so much of it. So I gave it up, and I became a screenwriter. And I went and I did a degree in England in screenwriting, and I've been a screenwriter for about 30 years, writing for film and TV.
Ooh.
It's a
Uh,
very frustrating business because it takes so long for things to get made, and things might almost get made and fall at the last hurdle.
yeah.
So I started turning, and I'd always written books in the background, but none of them had ever got anywhere. So I started turning them in some of my film scripts into books, and that was my first two books where had been film scripts, and the next book was a book on how to write a screenplay. So
What
so I
was
got
your
in.
what's your favorite thing you've ever written?
It's always the one you're working on
As
now, I
in
think.
as in books.
Yeah, I think it's always the one you're working on now.
Yeah.
So I've had seven books published, eight now. The eighth one comes out next week. We're
Next
launching.
week. Woo!
I don't know if you can see it from there. I'm probably back to front. I don't know if I
It's
can move.
it's blurry. It's blurry. There it
No,
is.
the better back.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So
Tell us about it.
it's a collaboration with an artist in Belfast, that started during COVID. So
Put it a
there's
bit closer.
it's,
There it
it's
is, folks.
yeah, there's different pictures. She drew pictures and she sent them to me, and I came up with stories. So there's 20
Ooh.
between of her picture, and she didn't tell me anything about them. She sent me the picture to see what I'd come up with, and I came up with weird and wonderful things, which surprised me. You know, it's lovely when you write something and you actually look back and you go, I have no idea where that came from. But that was just like, okay, all right. So, but what I'm working on now is I have another book coming out in July that's been launched in Dublin, and then a kids book coming out in September. And then I'm working on a fantasy book. And this is the only illustration I have for it so far. But it's huge. It's called Candle Mist. So
That's supposed to be a tree.
it's meant to be a tree with
It
houses
looks
and
like a tree.
oh good. Oh good. Oh, not too bad then. So
Ah,
hopefully to inspire myself. So yeah, no, the look, it's I suppose it's the children's book that I'm writing at the end of that's coming out in September that's sort of been the story I've been sort of caught up in the most up until now. For the last year, and I took on a fantastic illustrator called Abigail Hicks, who has done the most beautiful drawings. I wanted the drawings in the book to be, you know, when you pick up a book and you see a beautiful image and you go, you want to keep that book because the image is good, even before you've
yeah.
read it. So I wanted it to be both. So um, but and then the book that's coming out after Sparks is being launched in Dublin in the middle of June, and it's a book of flash fictions. And it's a new little indie publisher called Silver Locust Press. And they're doing chapbooks, which are like, I suppose the name probably came from maybe when people publishers publish a chapter of a book to give you a taster. So these are little
Ooh.
books of pages. Mine is full of little flash fictions, some of them quite dark, no swearing in them, but some of them quite twisted, a little dark, and some of them quite full of heart and
What's flash fiction?
oh, flash fiction. I started with flash fiction when I was about 15. I wrote poetry because I think all kids who want to write poetry because you love words and you play with words. And flash fiction, they're really short. They could be anything from 50 words to like 300 words, and they're little tiny compressed stories that that there might be there might be a little twist in them, or it might just be a moment in somebody's life when they're realizing something, or it might be a little story, but they're very short, so every word has to count. So they're quite satisfying.
Good.
It means you can write lots of things, different styles and different genres and different characters and
Yeah.
stuff.
And you write plays as well. Tell us about that.
Oh yes, that's why I started. I started writing plays. That was the first thing. Well, the first thing I ever wrote was a book when I was 9, and very precociously. And somebody tried to ask me what I was doing. I said, I'm writing a book, as if that was the. Anyway, I was 9, so that was my start. And then the first play I wrote when I left school, because somebody said to me, and it was a brilliant piece of advice, because I loved theatre. My mother loved theatre, and I was going to plays from very young. And somebody said, you can't write your second play till you've written your first. So you have to write your first. So I lay on the grass outside my parents' house and wrote this play about the bitchiness of a single-sex school, girls' school. All the different characters and different
Ah, yeah.
yeah, which is something else. But I didn't have a play put on till I got to college. When I went to
Excuse me.
university in Dublin City University. That was my first, and they've been put on. I tend to write one act plays, so they're about 50 minutes to an hour and 10. The last 3 of them were one woman plays. One was about a young woman, and it was written for a friend of mine who has a thing called retinitis pigmentosa, where you go slowly blind and you're left with tunnel vision and black and white and then nothing. So but I wrote it as a love story for somebody who has that condition, and she wants to tell her boyfriend what it's going to be like, so that he won't wait until she's nearly blind before he leaves her. That if he's going to leave her, she wants him to leave her now while she can still see. So it's a love story. It's a love letter really to him, to try, and he doesn't want to listen. So that was that. And then the last one that was on was a comedy about a woman who steals a thumb from a lab, grows a man, grows a man, and keeps him hostage. So that was a comedy.
Oh.
It was quite bizarre. Yeah, it was fun.
If you could give one piece of advice to a person, what advice would you give?
If they want to be a writer, just write. It's a muscle. Unless you write, but within that, because you have to accept that you will write stuff that's absolute rubbish, and not be depressed by it, because you have to get the rubbish out of your system so you can write good stuff. If you keep writing, you will eventually write all sorts, but some of it will always be bad. And if people are afraid of writing something that's not good, they never put pen to paper. So just have fun, play with words. If you don't know what to do, put an apple in front of you and write from its point of view. As if, because I did in one of my books, there's
as if it were a person.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the stories in Sparks is from the point of view of a pavement slab, giving out to the birds for weeing on it.
I know you're gonna really say that, but it's okay. Now, I can't let you go without talking about Punky.
Okay.
So
yeah.
tell us about that. Because when you first found me, I looked at your profile and I was like, hold on, I know that show.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, well, yeah, no, it was that was a very interesting journey. But I mean, I just want to I have a friend whose sister has Down, a friend whose niece has Down syndrome, and a friend whose brother had Down syndrome, and I'd always heard stories, and I'd known these people, and they were great fun. I just thought, well, nobody's written from their point of view, what life's like from that point of view, and I just thought that would be interesting. And I did. There were arguments that, oh no, it should be the brother's story about my quirky little sister. I was going, no, we've seen that a million times. I want to know her. I want to know this little girl. So that's where Punky came from. And interestingly, the book that's coming out in is based on the bits of that original story that never made it to screen. So,
Wow.
oh yeah, Punky came from a short script that I wrote, a 20-minute script, where there was a little character, and when the world confused her, when it wasn't the way she thought it should be, she'd draw a picture and describe it and turn the world into the way she wanted it to be. And she lived in a lighthouse with this elderly woman up in the dome of the lighthouse. And those bits all went from Punky. And they're all in the book now for this new character, Mia. Does that make
So
sense?
Mia is based on Punky then.
It is. I mean, it's a little girl who does drawings, and when she describes the drawings, they make the world change around her, and that really it's quite difficult for everybody around her because, like, her sister suddenly turned into a boy who can skate, who's really popular and gets chased home. Her mother's car turns into a broomstick and crashes into the roof, having scooped her uncle up and leaving him stuck on the roof. So chaos happens. So her older sister turns around when the parents are arguing about what to do about this gift. And she says, well, they're going to get divorced now. It's all your fault. And we were happy till you came along. You're adopted. So she goes off on this journey to find who she thinks is her real mother. Because she's half Mexican and her sister's part Indian. But the sister's also adopted and never told her. So it's all that sort of thing. The sister trying to find her and make things better. And as a whole, she goes on this journey with this photograph of a woman that worked with her grandmother who happens to be Mexican without realizing that that's generations old. So she makes friends with a little mouse called Winston who thinks he's an elephant and lives in a cinema, and a little autistic boy called Graham. And the three of them who has maps of the city in his head. So they set off to try and find the name of the place that's named on the back of this photograph. So it's a roller coaster, but it's funny. It came from the same short script that Punky came from.
It's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay. Anything you want to add?
No, what do you write? And what do you write?
No, I don't. I don't write. I just talk to the people that write.
You bring you bring the stories out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a lovely blog. I was looking at a few of them that you've done already, and you're very good
Thank you,
at getting.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else you want to know?
No, that's it. And I want to say thank you, Lindsay, for coming on, and we will see you next time. Subscribe today. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Lovely to talk to
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.